Hey, what's up? It's your boy, 24/7 here with 24/7 Fusion Media. I've been hearing a lot of rumors, been reading a lot of articles, and what they've been saying is a lot of top executives and people at Warner Brothers and Warner Media has been saying that Zack Snyder's Justice League is basically a cul-de-sac. They said it's a street that basically goes nowhere. When I heard that, I knew that was bullshit. Just for the simple fact that there's too many talks, about Ben Affleck possibly getting his chance at bringing his version of Batman to either the big screen or HBO Max series. There's a lot of things that can come out of this, and from what I'm hearing, that's when I know, like, for everyone to say that nothing's going to come out of the Justice League. If this thing is a success, Warner Media and AT&T have put $70 million into bringing this thing back to life. Trust me, if there's any way they can get a spinoff and people actually receive the heroes positively, you already know Ben Affleck's going to get his show. And that's the Batman I want to see. Fuck Robert Pattinson. I want to see Ben Affleck. This article says, Scoop, Snyder Cut could lead to several DCEU projects on HBO Max. And that's what I believe the same thing, been believing it for months. The Snyder Cut will be the beginning of several possible spin-offs set in the DC Extended Universe, DCEU, retitled Zack Snyder's Justice League. The long-anticipated 4-part miniseries for HBO Max is being seen by Warner Brothers and its parent company AT&T as a possible source of new programming on the young streaming channel, sources reveal. Okay. Recently, the New York Times published an interview with DC President Walter Hamada about Snyder's status in the organization. Predictably, other sites have cherry-picked some parts of the article, taking them out of context or twisting to ensure maximum clicks for ad revenue. Fucking vultures, man. They'll sit there and instead of putting out the whole article, they want to put out bits and pieces that'll help their bottom line. Yeah, fuck them. This is a common practice, using bogus claims to rage-induce speculation to pull the emotions of fans in a downward spiral, ensuring plenty of social media shares as they distribute their angry reaction to thousands of others. Of course they do that. This was done during the Sony-Disney dispute over Spider-Man theatrical rights in August of 2019, which made everybody think that an inevitable new deal was thrown into the negative zone. It was me who accidentally ended up on mainstream news by diffusing that bomb, and I feel like it's my duty to do so again for the countless Snyder admirers who will be concerned by this. That was a thing, in front of the public eye. Sony and Disney looked like they went to war over Spider-Man. And it came to the point where Tom Holland, the current actor of Peter Parker, Spider-Man, had to step in, drunk out of his fucking mind, pleading to Kevin Feige to try to fix whatever the problem was between, within the negotiations, for the rights of Spider-Man, or to use them between Sony and Disney. Yeah, that shit was a big old fiasco. And then at the end, everybody kissed and made up. That's how that shit went down. What it's saying here is it's bullshit. The Times stated that at least now Snyder is not involved with DC films. I'd say about a year and a half ago, before AT&T actually got Warner Brothers by the nuts. Warner Brothers and Warner Media was telling everybody that Zack Snyder had beef with the company, and that there was bad blood, and that we would never see a Snyder cut and all this shit. You know what? All that was bullshit. All that was a lie. Zack Snyder never said anything rude or disrespectful. never had a bad word to say about Warner Brothers. And that's why I knew that when Warner Media was sitting there and when Warner Brothers was spinning it, like they didn't want nothing to do with Zack Snyder or the Snyder Cut. That's the kind of shit that other channels like Jody's Corner and Popcorn Planet and all these other fucking channels were saying, sitting there dissing Zack Snyder, talking about how Warner Brothers didn't want to have shit to do with him. And then boom, a couple months later, what do we hear? That AT&T stepped in and told Warner Brothers and Warner Media to do whatever it had to do to get the Snyder Cut going for HBO Max. That's accurate. He isn't. I reported on numerous instances that AT&T is taking a wait-and-see approach with the Snyder Cut. The wording, though, signals that Snyder's situation is temporary, at least for now. In other words, it's a subject to change. Other sites, which shall remain nameless, are weaponizing the part where studio executives describe his HBO Max project as a storytelling cul-de-sac, a street that leads nowhere. Studio executives with no mentions of Hamada, the person actually handling DC Films, saying that. Most likely, these are the same personnel who want nothing to do with the Snyder Cut, then patted themselves on the back when it became official and thanked the fans while puking in their mouths as they followed directives from their AT&T bosses. That's exactly what happened. The Rock wants a cohesive cinematic universe, and his upcoming Black Adam epic is an essential part of the DCEU having to move forward. The Rock, Black Adam. Yeah, that's for another discussion. AT&T wouldn't pluck down $70 million on the Snyder Cut without expectations of following it up. That's not how Hollywood works. It's about money. If the Snyder Cut is a hit, its success will prove that there's markets for more. HBO Max is so desperate for subscribers and competing against the mammoth Disney Plus machine, wherein Kevin Feige is building an army of MCU death troopers, that they threw their entire 2021 cinematic release onto the channel. Yeah, they did that. They did that. Basically, in order for HBO Max to compete, or try to compete with Disney Plus, HBO Max, Warner Brothers, AT&T, they all said, hey, let's just go ahead and take whatever we were going to put in the theaters, let's drop everything on the streaming channel. So basically, fuck the theaters. Let's go ahead and just grow our channel with the content that we have. That's basically what that is. HBO Max is looking for hot DC properties to help propel them, and the Snyder Cut will be the big bang. Insiders tell me that if the Snyder Cut brings in the numbers, fully expect those same executives to meet him back at the negotiating table. They're fully aware of the possibility, and they don't like it. They never understood Snyder's creative vision of superheroes in general, but to AT&T, money talks, and Snyder will have the opportunity to speak the loudest. For the record, I scooped the Snyder Cut on HBO Max on November 20th, 2019. Basically, everything's riding on the Snyder Cut. And where people are sitting there, the executives, Walter Hamada and everybody else are saying that nothing's ever going to come from it, all that's bullshit. Because you don't put $70 million into something just for nothing. So, of course, if this thing blows up and it becomes the hit that we're all hoping that it'll be, then we'll get our Ben Affleck Batman and we'll get some other things coming out of this. And that's what I want to see. Fucking, they can keep Robert Pattinson and his bullshit ass Batman. I stick to my guns with that. Fuck Robert Pattinson. So, yeah, that's how I feel about it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Are you looking forward to the Snyder Cut actually being successful and for us to hopefully get our Batman series where he goes against Deathstroke the Terminator and all this other shit? Possibly going into Arkham Asylum and dealing with that whole thing. I mean, this fucking Ben Affleck he got the goods. I heard his fucking Batman script is the best thing going, better than his Matt Reeves shit. So I want to see real Batman. I want to see the Batman that we saw in Batman versus Superman, and the way he was running around whooping ass and and gliding with the batarang and doing all this shit, man. That's what I want to see, man. I don't want to see no bullshit ass Robert Pattinson. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section below. Please share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. It's your boy 24/7 with 24/7 Fusion Media, and I'm out. Peace.